One of the most enjoyable hours of wrestling all year long tonight. Aztec Warfare on Lucha Underground. Also, your NXT TakeOver Toronto Go Home show. Everything you guys need to know right before NXT TakeOver Toronto on Saturday night. Let's talk about it. Holy shit, man. If there was 1 hour of television that captivated a viewer all year on television, tonight was the night. We had it with the WWE and the Cruiserweight Classic. That, to me, was probably the best thing on television as far as professional wrestling goes all year round, especially here in the States. Tonight, Aztec Warfare gave the Cruiserweight Classic a run for its money, man. What a fucking show. And I'm going to talk about it in depth a little bit later. What an unbelievable hour of television that Lucha Underground produced tonight, man. The best show that they have done all year for Season 3, bar none. Unbelievable stuff from Lucha Underground. NXT. I want to run through these results real fast because not a lot happened tonight as far as NXT goes. It was the go-home show for TakeOver Toronto on Saturday night. Live on the WWE Network. I will be giving you my review of tonight's show. I'm going to be giving you guys my preview and predictions of NXT TakeOver Toronto on Off the Script this Friday. So make sure you guys tune in to that 11 a.m. on Friday morning. Let me run through these results. A lot of filler on tonight's NXT show and only a few matches spread out across the hour of television with a big main event, which seen Cedric Alexander versus Andrade Cien Almas. Liv Morgan opened the show against Peyton Royce, and we all know that the NXT Women's Division is in a rebuilding phase. If I can kind of compare it to something, say you love watching baseball, me, the Atlanta Braves, you know, and the Braves this year went through a rebuilding season, and they're going to continue going through rebuilding seasons until they get the right group of guys, and they eventually take over the Nationals and the Mets and the Phillies and the Marlins in the East, and they eventually go to the playoffs and build a team that is worthy to go through the playoffs and into the World Series and win the World Series. The Braves have been in a rebuilding phase. The NXT Women's Division has been in a rebuilding phase ever since the departure of Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and after SummerSlam, Bayley. They have been really struggling. They left nobody for Asuka to go one-on-one with. That's why they're hiring Mickie James to solidify Asuka's title reign even more before Ember Moon is set as the next woman to challenge and take down Asuka for the NXT Women's Championship. But what I seen tonight is 4 women who definitely could be a foundation for the women's division in NXT. Liv Morgan and Peyton Royce went one-on-one. Liv Morgan actually beat Peyton Royce tonight via DQ. Billie Kay interfered, which led to Elias coming out and trying to make the save. That was a failed save attempt there. And then all of a sudden, Ember Moon comes out and now is a part of this big feud going on between Liv Morgan, Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay. And Ember Moon, I thought she was going to be more of a solo act, more of a loner. But now she pretty much has teamed up with Billie Kay to take down these 2 women who have been going on saying that they are going to take over the NXT Women's Division. So we have Ember Moon now standing tall against Peyton Royce and Billie Kay standing next to Liv Morgan and Elias. I like all 5 women. I really do. Liv Morgan, I still need to get used to. I don't like the theme music. You know, I don't like the spunky attitude. Just something's not clicking with me and Liv Morgan. Ember Moon is fantastic. Probably my favorite female performer on the entire WWE roster. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce are very good at what they do. I really like Elias. I really think Elias has tremendous upside in the women's division, man. She definitely has come a long way from when we seen her on Breaking Ground. So I like what's going on here, and if WWE continues to mold and build, they will be fine. And with the rumor that WWE's got a women's tournament starting in January of 2017, I don't think there's going to be any worry about the NXT women's division. So I like what's going on here. Liv Morgan beat Peyton Royce, Ember Moon now has something to keep her busy while Asuka is busy defeating Mickie James at NXT TakeOver Toronto, and we get that slow build to what I think is going to happen. Ember Moon versus Asuka, WrestleMania weekend. Ember Moon is going to be the one to take down Asuka's reign of terror over the NXT Women's Division. We had the Drifter come back. Mr. Drifter here, Elias Sampson. Gotta be a fucking, listen. I didn't like this guy to begin with. He got bigger. He's gotten a little bit more bulkier. He was out with injury for several months. This guy is a fucking direct clone of Damien Sandow and Macho Man Randy Savage, man. If you fuse Damien Sandow and Macho Man Randy Savage together, you get Elias Sampson. I didn't care for him then. I don't care for him now. He did nothing. Nathan Cruz. He beat Nathan Cruz in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Goodbye. That's all there is to that. And the main event tonight, Andrade Cien Almas versus Cedric Alexander. Let me tell you something about this match, man. This was one of the hardest hitting matches that you will see in NXT all year, man. I like what Andrade Cien Almas does in between those ropes, man. Again, I don't like the gimmick. I don't know what the gimmick's supposed to be. He came out in the overalls again as if he's going to fucking pop out of a wedding cake and start stripping all over the place, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this guy, you know? They turned him heel. The crowd still doesn't give a shit about it. Cedric Alexander, on the other hand, this guy is fantastic. And I can't wait to see more of him on 205 Live. I can't wait to see more of him, hopefully, on Smackdown when Kalisto beats Brian Kendrick to send the Cruiserweights over to Smackdown because Monday Night Raw doesn't know what to do with them. So I can't wait to see more of Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander, out of everybody in the Cruiserweight division, has that potential to break out and be more than just a Cruiserweight. I think he's fantastic at what he does, man. And I can't wait to see more of him on 205 Live. This was a very, very hard-hitting match. Very, very hard-hitting match. Andrade Cien Almas is very, very good in the ring. But I think it's too little too late for this guy. I really do. The crowd does not care about him. You know, they built him up as this heel. He turned his back on Cedric Alexander. They teamed together in the Dusty Classic. They made him heel. There was a big sneak attack at the end. He brutalized Cedric Alexander after they lost in the tournament. And people were about to finally boo this guy with good reason. They were booing him because they didn't give a fuck about him. They weren't invested in him. And they were booing him when WWE sent him out there as a babyface. Now, the WWE creative team has given people a reason to boo this guy, and they're still not giving a shit about him. So, it's not creative's fault. It's just that Andrade Cien Almas was a failed gimmick right from the get-go, and the crowd isn't stupid. They know what WWE is trying to do, and they still aren't buying this guy. They're still not buying this guy as a cocky heel, man. This guy could fucking spread out across the ropes all he wants, man. He could fucking style his hair and fucking pop out of as many wedding cakes as he wants. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. But what did work tonight is his pump handle DDT, or whatever the fuck he did today. It was a hammerlock DDT he did on Cedric Alexander, and that got the win. You know, Cedric Alexander did the lumbar check, which surprisingly did not end the match. Andrade Cien Almas was hit with the lumbar check, and he rolled to the ropes. Great ring awareness by Andrade Cien Almas. And then he gets to the ropes, grabs his arm, traps Cedric Alexander in the ropes. Then he gets the hammerlock DDT for the pin. Match ends just like that at 17 minutes and 3 seconds. Very, very, very in-ring, well worth a main event match. I just don't find myself being invested in Andrade Cien Almas at all, man. And the rest of the show was pretty much an NXT TakeOver hype show. They hyped the music of the show. They hyped the matches, video packages. They went over video packages for Ty Dillinger versus Bobby Roode, Asuka and Mickie James, obviously Nakamura and Samoa Joe, DIY versus The Revival, the Dusty Rhodes finals for the Tag Team Classic with Authors of Pain versus TM61. It is going to be a very, very good show, an excellent show. You know, TakeOvers always deliver. In fact, it's going to be better than the Survivor Series. So I can't wait for Saturday night. I will be doing my preview and predictions on Fridays off the script as well as the Survivor Series preview and predictions for Sunday's pay-per-view. So you're going to get NXT and Survivor Series preview and predictions on Fridays off the script. Make sure you guys tune into that 11 a.m. on Friday morning. And that was NXT tonight. Only 3 matches. and the rest of it was NXT TakeOver Toronto build, hype, and video packages. Now, let's talk about Lucha Underground, man. Aztec Warfare number 3. This is my first Aztec Warfare watching it as it's happening. I did go back and watch Aztec Warfare number 2, where Matanza established himself as the Beast, capturing the Lucha Underground World Championship. And my main thing going into this was Lucha Underground going to maintain Matanza as the Beast that he is, man? And what a surprising outcome we've seen tonight for Aztec Warfare number 3. Man, I'm looking at my notes here about Aztec Warfare, and I honestly don't even know how to go about talking about this match, man. So much happened in this match that I possibly can't cover it all. I can't. As soon as this thing is uploaded to YouTube, all I'm going to say to you guys, or Daily Motion, or wherever you guys watch Lucha Underground, whatever website you guys go to watch wrestling content, you got to go watch it for yourself. I am not going to do this justice at all. I can't. I've tried a few times with a few takes on this video. I can't do it. I honestly can't do it, man. It was that good. It was honestly that good. And I've been looking forward to this for a couple of weeks now, ever since they announced it. I knew what the concept was. I didn't know the rules of the match. Obviously, I went back to watch last year's Aztec Warfare, where Matanza won the Lucha Underground Championship. I then understood the rules. It's Lucha Underground's version of the Royal Rumble. Not 30 men, but it is dwindled down to 20. 20 men and women come in every 90 seconds. You got the war drums banging off every fucking person that comes down the aisle. And I like that. And the only way you can eliminate your opponent is by pin or submission in the ring. Other than that, there is no rules, no disqualification. Anything goes in this match. I've been looking forward to this, and I'm going to tell you that this match did not disappoint. This match did not disappoint at all. In fact, this is probably one of the best hours of television all year on any wrestling program that you will watch. I physically cannot even review this at all the way I normally do a review here on my channel. I'm going to go through everybody's entrant number. I'm going to go through elimination consecutively. We're going to go through entrant and then first elimination, because that's all I can possibly do. I'm going to highlight the match and the sequences of things that happened in this match that I thought were very, very entertaining. That was it. In fact, the best thing about this show is probably the intro to the show, between Dario, Cueto, and Johnny Mundo. Some of the best interaction between two individuals on a wrestling program you will see all year. I love what they did to open this show. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. In fact, it would be something that I would do as a booker, as a villain versus a babyface. It was fantastic. Johnny Mundo walking down a hallway somewhere in the temple. Draped over his shoulder is the Gift of the Gods Championship. Dario Cueto, about to pass Johnny Mundo in the hallway. He's swinging his key, about to go get Matanza to go to the ring to defend his Lucha Underground Championship. Remember, Matanza is #1 in Aztec Warfare. So Johnny Mundo is pretty much threatening Dario Cueto, saying that he is the Gift of the Gods champion, and no matter who the world champion is at the end of this Aztec Warfare #3, that he will be fighting for the title next week, and he does not care who the champion is. And he comes in at number 12. He's boasting that he's number 12. He's got a little ticket, says number 12 on it. Out from, I guess, behind him comes Taya, part of the Worldwide Underground, and she's filming. Dario Cueto is like, what the fuck's going on here? Johnny Mundo is filming a documentary of his epic win tonight for the Lucha Underground Championship, supposedly. So he's like, don't look into the camera. Don't even worry about the camera. Pretend it's not there. So he's going on to explain to Dario that he wants the championship match next week, and he's going to have it no matter who the champion is. So then Dario Cueto, he, in the biggest prick move I have ever seen, says that Johnny, you believe that you're the best in the world, right? And he has his doubts on that. Cueto grabs the piece of paper that had written on it, number 12. He says, you want your championship match? You want your match against Matanza? You want to show me how great you really are? He takes the paper with the number 12 written on it, rips it in half, and says, now you can show me how great you really are. You just entered Aztec Warfare in at number 2. Unfucking believable. And now he will square off against Matanza in Aztec Warfare to open the show. Before Dario Cueto walks away, he tells him that after Matanza destroys him tonight, he will not even be fighting for the championship next week. Instead, he will be fighting for his life. Absolutely great writing. Absolutely great writing for that opening sequence. I love it. Absolutely love it. Melissa Santos is in the ring. She's getting ready to announce Aztec Warfare. Dario is right there. Before he screams, ring the bell. Matanza is in the ring, waiting to kill somebody, pacing around, and he ushers over Melissa Santos and says, listen, Johnny Mundo now is number 2. Announce him at number 2. No ifs, ands, or buts. Go. So he gave orders to Melissa Santos to announce Johnny Mundo as number 2. Out comes Johnny Mundo. Okay. So Matanza was number 1. Johnny Mundo was number 3. Son of Havoc was number 2. Son of Havoc was number 3. Jeremiah Crane was number 4. Pentagon Dark comes in at number 5. I thought he would be a later entrant, but he came in at number 5. PJ Black comes in at number 6. So now we have some of the Worldwide Underground in there, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with inside Aztec Warfare. Number 7, Mariposa. She comes in at number 7. She is the sister of Marty the Moth Martinez, who we will see later on in this match as well. Jeremiah Crane is the first elimination. Matanza gets back in the ring. In fact, Matanza, he is the Lucha Underground champion stemming from last Aztec Warfare. So him eliminating guys, which Matt Stryker brought this to everybody's attention, him with consecutive eliminations is stemming back from last year. He won the match last year, and his elimination spree continues going into Aztec Warfare 3. And he makes Jeremiah Crane his first elimination in this match for Aztec Warfare. He delivers a German suplex, sheer strength by this guy, unfucking believable, into a bridge. Crane is eliminated. He's gone. As this is going on, Mariposa is in the ring. This is one of my favorite parts of this match. Mariposa is in the ring. She's the sister of Marty the Moth. And she's got a her body is nice, okay? She's a very, very attractive woman. You know, I can't see her face, but her figure is very, very nice. And she's sitting there, she's spread out, looking all sexy, and she's twirling her hair, and she's staring at Matanza. And Matanza is in this trance, and she's crawling over to Matanza, and Matanza is on his hands and knees. And he's mesmerized by what Mariposa is doing with her hair. And all of a sudden, he snaps out of it, choke slams this woman out of her fucking mask, literally, and she is done. 1, 2, 3, epic choke slam to Mariposa. She is eliminated, so that makes Jeremiah Crane and Mariposa eliminated. Next entry in the match is Rey Mysterio. Dr. Wagner Jr. at number 9. Mysterio was number 8. Dr. Wagner Jr. was number 9. Marty the Moth Martinez, the Beast himself, comes in at number 10. He looked fantastic in this match. I will say that. He reminded me of Mike Awesome. That's who Marty the Moth Martinez reminded me of in this match, man. There was a stare down between he and Matanza. He dove over the top rope, and to see someone that size dive over the top rope, man, I always find that to be very impressive, man. Fluid motion, beautiful dive over the top rope. As soon as he did that and landed on Matanza, I'm like, this guy reminds me of fucking Mike Awesome from the old school ECW days. So that's a nice comparison there, man. Marty the Moth is a fucking beast. So him and Matanza are going at it. Jack Evans comes in at number 11, which comes to our next elimination. Son of Havoc is eliminated, okay? Now we got the Worldwide Underground in there, okay? Jack Evans is in. You got PJ Black in. You got Johnny Mundo in. They are all there cohesively working as a threesome. So they all triple team Havoc in the ring, on the inside of the ring. He gets a double super kick to the back of the head. Jack Evans then does a standing corkscrew moonsault on him, pins Havoc, and he is eliminated. So Son of Havoc is gone. So Son of Havoc is eliminated. Entrant number 12, Sexy Star. And you guys know the history between Sexy Star and Johnny Mundo. She was the Gift of the Gods champion. Johnny Mundo beat her for the title. So they were going back and forth at it in this Aztec Warfare match, on and off. Rick Mandel, number 13. And this is where things get interesting. Pentagon Dark and Rick Mandel were both eliminated. Both eliminated, okay? So what happened here, Mandel apparently is returning from injury. And obviously, Pentagon Jr. was the one to injure him. Mandel is immediately welcomed back by Pentagon Dark. He gets packaged pile drived beautifully. This guy was fucking done. So he sets up to break Mandel's arm again. He's already eliminated. Pentagon Dark pinned him. Out comes two mysterious Asian women with Black Lotus. And they're going back and forth with Pentagon Dark. And they're trading moves on him. Frankensteiners and head scissors. One of these women did a fucking crucifix bomb on Pentagon, and it was unbelievable. Now, crucifix bomb is the fucking Canadian destroyer. Pile driver. Unfucking believe. I couldn't believe what the fuck I was watching. This guy was eliminated by these unknown Asian women and Black Lotus. The crowd starts chanting, holy shit. Mundo takes advantage of this, pins Pentagon. PJ Black simultaneously pins a Rick Mandel. Sorry if I got my notes mixed up. I thought Rick Mandel was eliminated. Well, he pretty much was eliminated after the fucking package pile driver by Pentagon Dark. But officially, it was Mundo and PJ Black who pinned both Pentagon Dark and Rick Mandel. Done. Entrant number 14, Masquerade Sagrada. He lasted about 30 seconds. He was fucking Wrath of the Gods fucking 2 times over. Matanza fucking destroyed this guy. Pins him 1, 2, 3. He's eliminated just as quick as he got in there. So he was gone. Famous B. I'm loving this guy, man. Famous B. He takes a bump like nobody else in Lucha Underground, man. He sells like a motherfucker. B is already at ringside with Brenda. And he pulls out his number from his jacket. He's number 15. Famous B gets in there, tries to befriend Rey Mysterio, gives him his business card. Rey doesn't give a fuck. He's like, my phone number is 423, and Ray's like, fuck that. Mine is 619, motherfucker. So obviously that leads to a 619. He hits the West Coast pop. 1, 2, 3. Famous B is pinned and eliminated. Rey Mysterio is on fire. Okay. Marty Martinez is eliminated. He gets eliminated. Rey Mysterio goes after a few guys on the outside. Rey is up, ends up spiking Marty and pinning him to eliminate him. So he is gone from Aztec Warfare. That was pretty surprising that Rey Mysterio got such a big pin on Marty the Moth Martinez. That would not be the only big pin that Rey Mysterio had in this match. The Mac comes in at number 16. Joey Ryan comes in at number 17. And he handcuffs himself to the staircase, the banister of the staircase leading down the entranceway to the temple, right to the ring. So he's like, nobody's gonna bother me out here. How are they gonna get me in the ring? I'm handcuffed. This is handcuffed on solid steel, so don't worry about it. He thinks he's safe. Wrong. Number 18, Mil Muertes. And Joey Ryan is throwing a fucking fit, man. No lollipop on this fucking planet is going to save you from Mil Muertes, man. Mil Muertes comes down. Obviously, he buried Prince Puma last week in grave consequences. He heads down the stairs with Katrina. Joey Ryan is fucking shitting his pants right now. Mil Muertes rips Joey Ryan right off the fucking banister and gives him a flatliner in the ring. 1, 2, 3. He is done. Okay, at the same time that happens, Matanza hits Wrath of the Gods on Dr. Wagner Jr. He is eliminated. So Joey Ryan and Dr. Wagner are both eliminated from this match simultaneously. It's something that I have been thinking about watching Lucha Underground this season. Mil Muertes and Matanza staring off and going at it, man. 2 fucking monsters going at it. They continue to fight on the outside. The clock continues to wind down. Number 19, Cobra Moon. She don't even get in the ring. She comes down the aisle. She sits right on top of Vampiro and Striker's announce desk, and she just sits there. She sits there until number 20, Drago, comes out. Now, before Drago comes out, Jack Evans is eliminated. The Mac hits him with a stunner. He pins him. 1, 2, 3. Jack Evans is eliminated. Mac then hits a pop-up stunner on PJ Black, and Sexy Star and Mac both pin PJ Black in the ring. 1, 2, 3. PJ Black is eliminated. Drago comes in at number 20. Like I said, he won the entrant number 20 when he beat his tag team partners in that great triple threat match a few weeks ago. He eliminates Cobra Moon. So he hits the Dragon Slayer on Cobra Moon, pins her. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty much it for Cobra Moon. Matanza comes in, grabs a car, he hits a car bomb slam on Drago. I was going to say he grabs a car. Might as well fucking grab the car. So he hits a car bomb slam on Drago and pins him. Drago coming in at the sweet spot, number 20, eliminated instantly by Matanza. This is where things get interesting. We're down to the final 6. We got Matanza, Rey Mysterio, Mundo, Mil Muertes, Sexy Star, and The Mac. Okay? Matanza and Rey Mysterio go at it at ringside. Everyone comes into the ring, takes their best shots at Matanza, man. They are trading shot after shot after shot. Sexy Star hits him with a code breaker. Mac hits him with a stunner. Mundo hits him with a springboard kick off the ropes. Mysterio hits him with a 619. He is going down, but he's still getting back up. He goes for another 619, but Rey Mysterio gets caught this time in midair. Matanza tries to power up Rey into the Wrath of the Gods position, but Rey hits him with a sunset flip powerbomb and pins, yes, pins Matanza. Matanza is eliminated. He is no longer the Lucha Underground champion. Dario Cueto is stunned at ringside. He cannot believe that Matanza is eliminated and that we are going to have a brand new Lucha Underground champion. Unbelievable. Dario Cueto fucking cannot believe what he's seeing. Matanza destroys Rey Mysterio, chokeslams him, throws him repeatedly, banging him into the fucking steel gate on the outside in which people are sitting behind in the temple. Gift of the Gods, or Wrath of the Gods rather, on Rey Mysterio. The monster then gets a hold of a chair. Dario tries to get Matanza to calm down. He starts smashing things at ringside. He shoves Dario Cueto down and leaves the temple after he just attacked his brother and left him laying on the ground. What is going to happen here, man? I didn't think Matanza was going to lose. I didn't think Matanza was going to lose this thing. I was going with Matanza to win it. And he ended up winning. Rey Mysterio ended up beating Matanza here and eliminating him. And we were definitely going to get a new Lucha Underground champion. Unbelievable. So Rey Mysterio was eliminated. After the beating that Matanza gave Mysterio, Johnny Mundo picked apart the pieces and covered a lifeless Mysterio. 1, 2, 3. Rey Mysterio was then being carted off by the EMTs on a stretcher, put it on a neck brace. He is gone. They took him out of the temple. We are down to Final 4. Mundo, Star, Mac, and Mil Muertes. If I had my choice, I was going with Mil Muertes in this match. Sexy Star goes after Mundo, tries to roll him up and pin him. PJ Black and Jack Evans return after they've been eliminated. They gang up on Sexy Star. Rey Mysterio being attended to by the EMTs. They get him out of the arena. Rey is taken out on a stretcher, and Sexy Star is in the middle of the ring. So what we have next here is Sexy Star covers Mundo, pins him, and that was it. So, the Worldwide Underground are beating down Sexy Star in the ring, showboating. Angelico returns. I don't know who this guy is. He comes off the fucking temple, skydives from the fucking crowd, does a huge fucking splash on all 3 members of Worldwide Underground. Crowd's going fucking crazy. Sexy Star covers Mundo after this. 1, 2, 3. Johnny Mundo is eliminated. We're down to the Mac, Mil Muertes, and Sexy Star. One of these 3 are going to be the Lucha Underground champion. Final 3 in Aztec Warfare. Sexy Star, Mil Muertes, the Mac. All 3 are now in the ring. Muertes disposes of Sexy on the outside. He then hits a flatliner on the Mac, which was one of the best flatliners, if not the best flatliner I have ever fucking seen. The guy could have literally broke Mac's neck. Unfucking believable, man. Unbelievable. You gotta watch it to understand what I'm talking about. I swear to God, I thought this guy's neck was broken. He is done. So it's now down to Mil Muertes and Sexy Star. Who's going to win it? You got this little old woman, Sexy Star, wearing a mask with the fucking big, bright red lipstick. And you got this fucking destroyer of fucking life taking people's souls, burying Prince Puma last week. Who the fuck's gonna win? Huh? Who the fuck's gonna win? Not who you think. Mil Muertes gets eliminated by Sexy Star. Mil Muertes gets eliminated. Yes, I'm going to repeat myself. Eliminated by Sexy Star. Sexy Star is the new Lucha Underground champion. Unbelievable how this happens. Mil Muertes is fucking destroying Sexy Star. He goes and gets a table. He sets it up in the corner. He sets it up vertical. Sexy Star is leaning against the table. He goes for a spear. She moves out of the way. He goes right through the table. Okay? And he sets up another table. He gets up. He sets up another table. Sets it in the ring. Picks her up. Muertes takes her to the top rope. He thinks about doing a flatliner off the fucking top rope to Sexy Star to solidify himself the Lucha Underground Championship. What happens? She fights out of it. She shoves him off the top rope through the table. She does a fucking coup de grace off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Sexy Star wins the Lucha Underground Championship and Aztec Warfare. I don't believe what I seen here tonight. Unbelievable stuff. This was one of the best hours of television that you will see in wrestling. My thoughts on this? I really don't know what to think about Sexy Star winning the Lucha Underground Championship. I don't know if it was wise to take the title off of Matanza and give it to Sexy Star. If there was anybody more worthy of it, obviously it was either Mundo or Mil Muertes. I would have been happy with either one of those two. I love what Lucha Underground is doing. You know, the men versus the women aspect of it is not all that of a big deal. We don't see a lot of it. And when we do, we see little spurts of it. It's not like they're totally beating the shit out of the women on Lucha Underground. That's not something I'm for. That's something that they do. I have no problem with it. But as long as they don't overexpose it and overdo it. I cannot believe and I cannot be invested in Sexy Star winning the Lucha Underground Championship. I cannot be invested as her as the champion. In her as the champion. I can't do it. I can't do it. Now, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what they have planned here. But obviously, this entire match set up several different stories. We got Matanza freaking out. Rey Mysterio's fucking hurt. Johnny Mundo's got the Gift of the Gods Championship. He's due for another championship match anyway. And we have Black Lotus and Pentagon and those mysterious Asian women. So we don't know what the fuck's going on here. But there were several different moving components in this match to certainly build towards the next upcoming episodes of Lucha Underground. That's what I'm concerned with. But as far as a number one, a flag bearer for your company, I cannot get behind Sexy Star winning it, man. I can't. I am of the old school. I am of the old school, and Mil Muertes really should have been the champion. If you're going to have it come down to those two, I would have broken everybody's heart in the temple, and I would have had Mil Muertes be the Lucha Underground champion. Because I think a feud between him and Matanza, I think that's money. I think that's money. And those are my closing thoughts on that, man. I don't know if I can become invested in Sexy Star. I can't. Right now, the way I'm thinking, the sooner she loses the title, the better. I don't know where they're gonna go with her. I don't know what type of matches she's gonna put on. I don't know what type of champion she's gonna be. You know, I'm all for equal opportunity, but for a world champion, I'm gonna have a tough time. I really am gonna have a tough time buying into that and believing. I believe that they can make. I could believe that Lucha Underground can make me believe, but it's not something that I jumped out of my seat for tonight. I honestly think this match was fucking fantastic. That tarnished what was a great evening. That's just my closing thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that. Aztec Warfare, number 3, Lucha Underground. Great fucking show tonight. If you haven't seen it, go out and watch. As soon as it's available on Daily Motion or wherever you guys get your wrestling content, go out and watch it. I did my best to review it. It was just an hour of fucking chaos, and I love it, man. I'm JD. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I will be back on Friday with Off the Script. I'll talk to you guys then. Take care.